somebody that I think is generally quite good at creating a bit of a false persona for themselves. Someone who seems like they would be there for you if you're having a difficult time. They might hug you or ask you questions about how you're doing. They may give advice that, comes across as very supportive or intuitive. But I feel like this is somebody who does the like, I'm your best friend and I'm going to be really kind to you for like a honeymoon period. And then all of a sudden they switch up and people are confused. Why is it that all of a sudden, you're being like judgmental or you're using information that you have against me? And that's because this person's manipulative. They play games initially to get that information and then they turn on people. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of Wind Chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. Happy Valentine's Day. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box in case I said that too fast, as is more information on how to become a member, as well as how to find the candles that I make that are on Etsy. Let's dive in with the Marigold Tarot and see what else we've got for you. So just to be clear, we have the Empress and the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. This is somebody who likes to disarm the intuition or confuse you if you're particularly perceptive. They give you those love bombing type energy or that feeling so that you get kind of weirded out by not feeling like you can trust this person, even though they've been nice to you. And that's because somewhere, somehow, you understand that this person's kindness or their kind acts are really just kind of like a bribe or somebody who's trying to get into a friendship group or into a relationship. Sun in the reverse and the Eight of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, I feel like you know something is off, but you're trying to figure out why you feel that way. Why, if this person has been, considerate of others in the past, do you feel like the intentions are off? And I feel like it's because there's something here that still kind of seems a little bit judgmental or still seems a little bit self-absorbed in this person's actions, even if they feel like they're coming across as like best friend material, right? Knight of Cups in the reverse. I feel like there's an offer that they make, or maybe they want to be your friend, so they're inviting you to a party that they're throwing. There's something here where they get a little bit moody, like, why would you ruin my party that way, or why are you going against what everybody else is doing? There's like a little flash here of their real personality amidst all of this love bombing, like, oh, we're going to be such great friends. And it makes it difficult for you to trust the energy that this person has been wearing like their favorite outfit every day. It's not really who they are. So I feel like this person, whoever I'm reading for, you're like, I know I can't trust this person. You're being real nice to everybody and I don't trust it. And there could be people who are like, would you just like chill out? I think you're looking to be a little bit of an investigator without talking to anybody else about it. Like, okay, if everybody else just wants to think that this person is the best thing since sliced bread, go for it. But I see past that, and I'm going to see what else I observe that supports that. Hello, Ruben. Hello, detective. How are you doing? I was just talking about somebody who is a detective or an investigator, so I feel like I actually did that before you even asked me to. But I do personal questions after the general reading, which is usually about 30 or 35 minutes in, with priority to those who tip or donate. We've got the Page of Cups in the reverse. I feel like this is somebody who likes to look for emotional baggage or even trauma, things that people are ashamed of or feel like they shouldn't have done. This is like, I'm a collector of secrets. The Empress in the reverse likes to have the dirt on people around them, so very much so interested in gossip and secrets that people might be able to share that are not theirs to share. So with the Knight of Swords and the Six of Rings, I feel like this is someone who is looking for some extra juicy gossip. Like, I want to know what really happened when you broke up with that person. I want to know what's really going on with your best friend and their relationship. They're digging. Page of Rings or Page of Pentacles in the reverse and the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, this is the Empress in the reverse is asking the Queen of Swords for secrets or dirt or information on a friend. And the Queen of Swords is like, I don't trust you. Why would I tell you people's secrets? Who are you? Why do you care? I feel like this is, I'm not going to trust you when that's what you're trying to get at. Like, I can tell that you don't have the best of intentions. Hello, Pharaoh. How are you doing? Hello to the lurking Nat. I love it when I see the moderator activity before they say hello. Thank you for looking out. What else do we have? Empress. Okay. Knight of Swords. Again. Judgment in the reverse and the Six of Cups. I think this is someone trying to get information from the Queen of Swords. So the Empress in the reverse is asking the Queen of Swords a question, trying to maybe make it sound rather like innocent, like, oh, you know, I'm just curious. Like, why would that have happened? Why did they break up with that person? You know, oh, no, I just want to know them better. I think the Queen of Swords is like, why would I tell you that? I'm not going to talk about somebody else's business. You want to talk to them about it? They can decide whether or not you are privy to that information. So why does this Empress in the reverse want this information? Six of Pentacles. What is this about? Blackmail? This is like, I want to have something on this person. I want to know what they don't like other people to know. I want to have the secrets. They're a collector of secrets. We have Death and the King of Cups, or King of Chalices. This is someone who likes to feel superior to others. So when they know about like the difficult things that other people have gone through, it makes them feel more powerful in a way. Maybe especially if we have an Empress in the reverse who, like I mentioned in the beginning, might like to kind of emotionally manipulate people or throw things, kind of like come out as judgmental, but only halfway. So like you don't know if you can really call them out. They like to play mind games, that's for sure. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. Hello, Merlin. How are you doing? Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? Hello. Is it Christy? Respectfully disagree. But she's great. This is probably somebody here who is struggling to realize that their little tricks or their little act might actually be kind of easy for you to pick up on. I think they're quite used to being a bit of a chameleon or being able to play a part in people believing them, whatever that might be. Hello, Bonnie. Hello, Wicked. How we doing? I hope you're enjoying your weekend. We've got the Six of Pentacles again, but this time in the reverse. Knight of Swords in the reverse and the Magician. Yeah, you're too crafty for this Empress in the reverse to take advantage of. They're like, give me the tea. Tell me what the, real story was. Why did this person get broken up with? Or why did this person decide to, end that friendship or walk away from that group of people? And the Queen of Swords is like, gosh, I guess I just don't know. Or you might have to ask that person yourself. Look, you don't have to be a jerk to people who are trying to manipulate you. In fact, I rather enjoy being like obnoxiously sweet. when I feel like that's probably happening, right? I'm not gonna stoop to that level. This Queen of Swords Magician is just kind of like, I know what you're trying to do, and I'm going to be sitting on this side of the table, very calm and reserved. But if you do something a little bit crazy, if you do something to mess with my friend who you're asking about, we're gonna have a less calm chat, you know? They're trying to impart that wisdom wordlessly. Hello, Global. How are you doing? Oh, thank you, Pharaoh. Thank you, Tom. Hello, Blueberry. Yeah, no, I mean, my whole point is like, if you're going to be trying to manipulate, I'm not necessarily going to be quick to say, oh, you're trying to manipulate me, aren't you? I don't owe you that like complimentary honesty or insight into my understanding of the situation when your intent is to mislead everybody. Go on, continue with your play. I'm gonna go get some popcorn, you know? Hello, Seven Waves. This is Collective. I did do an all signs yesterday for Valentine's Day, just to let you know. Yes, I think they're there for a reason, right? So we've got the King of Needles or King of Swords in the reverse. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Three of Wands in the reverse and the Page of Swords in the reverse. Oh, you sly thing, you. Okay, so like when somebody's asking you for secret information, right? Like classified information from the friend group, and they're not really in the friend group, or they don't really have access to that information for a reason, and you have this suspicion that maybe this person's gonna be like, pss, 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 pss. It looks like someone out there, this Queen of Swords, is like, oh, you wanna know why that relationship ended, huh? Kind of feels to me like you might be gossiping about it. Maybe I'll tell you a fake story. It's gonna be ridiculous. I'm gonna exaggerate things, and there's gonna be like a unicorn or something that's completely impossible to happen, or like a ghost or something. And we're gonna see if you go and like blab your mouth to everybody. Let's see what happens here. This is like a stress test, right? Okay. You wanna know what happened? All right, I'll tell you. Turns out that, what are we talking about here? How did they look at you? The King of Cups? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I feel like this is your friend, the King of Cups. This is like, please tell me why the King of Cups broke up with that person or why that relationship ended. And the Queen of Swords is like, oh, I think they were kidnapped. Oh, I think they fell in love with their own cousin. This is someone who's coming up with a ridiculous story just to see what happens with that information if that Empress in the reverse gets that information. Like, what do you do with the gossip? Are you putting it in a burn book? Are you going to post it on your social medias? You know, like, what's the goal here? Hello, Hayden. How are you doing? What else do we have? The 10 of Cups or the 10 of Potions and the King of Cups clarifying the King of Cups. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to tell you what happened regarding the long-term relationship with my friend and why it broke down, but it's going to be a total lie because I think you are a total fraud. Someone's getting real creative with it. Yeah, she walked in on him one day and he had like, you know, stolen all of her video games. So then she decided to light all of his clothes on fire. I don't condone any of this, by the way. This is like, what can I make up that's just ridiculous and see if you believe it? Are you gonna go like tell other people? This is like someone who's getting a little giddy at the plan. Like, oh, you gotta make such a mess for yourself? You should have just not asked. Or you should have just minded your own business. I'm doing well, thank you. Hello, Charlie Bite. How you doing today? What else do we have? Water, surrender. number 39. Dice, chance, number 19. And evil eye, protection. Look, you got a good friend here, okay? Not only do they have a sense of humor, they very much so take seriously your right to privacy or not wanting to do something that would be disrespectful. They could be a pretty big proponent of, well, I wouldn't like that to be done to me. But this could also be somebody who is extra protective of you. With this evil eye, that would be the Empress in the reverse who's asking questions, right? The person who wants to make use of this information in some way to create drama, right? And just by happenstance, they're asking about what happened with these emotions to a person who happens to be quite adept at their own manipulation for fun, you know, or for science. I don't get the sense that this friend of yours is, well, assuming you're the King of Cups, you might also be this Queen of Swords with a good sense of humor. The Queen of Swords is protective of their King of Cups friend. I'm not going to tell you their dirty laundry. I'm not going to tell you what really happened, but I'm going to see what you're going to do with this information that I do share, and that'll help me to share with everybody else in the social community that you can't be trusted. Because if I tell you something secret and you go tell somebody else, I know now that I can't tell you anything else, right? Most people do. Hello, Chris. How are you doing? That's funny. Just a quick, random reminder that my goal is someday to know that 2 of the people in my live chat ended up getting married. Just saying, for no reason at all. We have the Lovers in the reverse and the 5 of Swords in the reverse. I'm not going to tell you the truth because I know what you would do is try to use that information against someone. So instead of being honest, and because I feel like you want me to just trust you to do right with that information, I'm going to create something different. So what does this Empress in the reverse do with the information that is not right that they get from this Queen of Swords? We have the 10 of Swords, the 4 of Wands in the reverse, and the 2 of Cups. This is like someone who's saying, I want to cause some more drama. So if this person, the relationship ended and there was some gossip about whether or not someone had cheated, this is somebody who's like, I want to go stir up some trouble. I want to go date that person too. Or I want to go hear the story from, the other person. Or I kind of want to add insult to injury, salt on the wound. They like getting a reaction, even if it's a negative one. Okay, you can hear me? I was going to say, I feel like I would have heard about that before. But good luck, Loopy. Thanks, guys. Oh, is it? I'll keep my eye on the live chat and see what we've got in terms of if that's just a little glitch or if it continues. I could imagine there's a lot of people doing stuff for the holiday. So we have the 2 of Cups and the 2 of Swords. The 2 of Cups doesn't have to be a romantic card. This could also talk about close friendships, and I feel like that's what this is saying. A close friend has the King of Cups back. I'm not going to be sharing what happened in your relationship with some random who seems to be addicted to gossip. I'm going to protect, your information. I got your back. But I also feel like I need to show others in this community that we shouldn't even be really hanging out with this Empress in the reverse. They've been fake from the beginning. So 3 of Swords in the reverse, Ace of Cups in the reverse. So I'm not going to tell them the truth, but I'm also not going to give them an easy way out. So how does this blow up in the Empress's face? What happens here? 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. They tell 2 other people. So now we have people that are believing the lie that technically the Queen of Swords spoke into existence. but as a test for this Empress in the reverse to see, can we actually trust you? Are you like someone that we should consider being friends with? Because there's something that's off about you, right? Something that I can't trust. You've got the Five of Cups in the reverse. So this is someone who starts spreading rumors about the King of Cups and their relationship based on what the Queen of Swords told them. They don't realize that they're sounding pretty foolish or kind of outing themselves as not trustworthy. So we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Tower in the reverse. Huh. Yeah, this is like, oh, you know, the day after she went and got a tattoo of her partner's name, then the relationship ended, and, you know, now she's just been like trying to see if there's any way to remove that tattoo. And then the Empress lady, I shouldn't say lady, the Empress, the person, doesn't have to be a man, or doesn't have to be a woman, could be a man. This is somebody who's trying to manipulate people, right? They're like, wait a second, there's no tattoo here. What? It's like it's just starting to dawn on them that they haven't actually caused any problems for the people that they're talking about. They've really just caused problems for themselves because now everyone knows, okay, so you're just out here trying to pick up on what everybody else has going on so that you can make them look bad or so that you can feel better about yourself. Page of Cups and the Seven of Spheres in the reverse. So I do feel like this is basically the end of the road as far as being able to join this friend group, because now everybody sees this is just somebody who's trying to be competitive or petty or difficult, someone who doesn't know how to keep secrets. I don't know about you, but if you're going to be asking about secrets, you should know how to keep them. That's just my opinion, you know. This is the Voyage of the Soul. Hey, Galaxy King, what's up? We like that about you. Hello, cool girl. Happy Valentine's Day. This is the Voyage of the Soul. Emotions. We had Water and Surrender. This is talking about emotions as well. And here we have another reference to it. Water, cry, purge, balancing, and releasing. Someone who wanted to know what had gone wrong because they wanted to make that problem worse, or kind of like remind that person, you know, salt in the wound kind of thing. Remind that person, oh, that's terrible. I can't believe that happened to you. But the truth is, our King of Cups has already been healing from or moving on. And it probably wasn't even half as difficult as whatever the Queen of Swords fabricated as a reason to this Empress in the reverse. Ethereal, heavenly, angelic, airy, mermaids, fantasy, and daydream. And leadership, teacher, guide, entrepreneur, sharing wisdom, and global. So this Empress in the reverse is jealous of the King of Cups. There's something here that people admire about the King of Cups that the Empress in the reverse feels should be their own reputation. Why are you the leader of the pack? Why is everyone interested in dating you? Why is it that you have the, you know, coolest parties? This is like Misty from Yellow Jackets. Someone who seems very envious of social status of another person and focused on trying to undermine that or make that person less popular because they feel like it's going to make them more popular. The problem is, what they've really done is get this group of people or this friendship group looking at the Empress in the reverse as someone who cannot be trusted and should not be talked to. So they've pooed in the punch bowl. It's over. They don't want to be friends with this person. This could be like a workplace drama, right? I'm new to the office and I'm trying to make some friends, but I also want to be like the coolest one here, so I gotta like make sure that you're not as cool. Aw, thank you, Chris. Hello, Saeed. How are you doing? Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing. That means a lot to me. So we have TikTok, deadline, time running out. Irreconcilable differences, divorce and final, and interlude, pause, timing factor. I think it was really something like, this person needed to go off to school, or this person needed to do something with regards to their family, a sense of obligation, taking care of a family member, for example. So that's why this relationship ended. It wasn't actually anything too fascinating other than situations that you can't really control in life, dictating what you can and cannot do in terms of your social or romantic connections. But, hey, if you're looking for something exciting, let's create a ridiculous story. But I don't think the King of Cups is over here heartbroken. I think this is someone who's just like, if we reconcile or if we find a way to make it work in the future, that's awesome. But I'm not obsessed with it, right? Sometimes people think that they can manipulate you or get you to react or respond in a certain way because they understand how emotions work for them. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they understand how those emotions work for others. So we've got someone who wanted to get you feeling like this panic or anxiety over what people know. I don't think they did, though. How's your weekend going, Galaxy King? Hey, Matt. Happy Saturday. How you doing? So we've got meeting, 2 or more people, discussions, planning, court, paperwork, and filed. Escapade and intervention. Yeah, so there could even be, for some of you, a restraining order situation here. But I think more so what we have is a reference to somebody trying to get the dirt on another person, feeling like they would be able to be top dog or seen as more respectful. But instead, we had the good friend, the Queen of Swords, protecting the King of Cups, not giving this information away, not interested in supporting the manipulative Empress in the reverse. So that's like the intervention that we have, right? The Queen of Swords is like, no. We're not going to be out here gossiping about our own friends, right? So the Queen of Swords is also this divine masculine, somebody who knows how to take action when something is not fair, acting as a protector for their friend, the King of Cups. Let's go with the Gypsy Oracle. What else do you have? Hey, Charlie, how are you doing? That sounds like a pretty long hike there, Matt. Enjoy the Burger King. Do you like the chicken sandwich as much as I do? Or am I the only one that likes that? Dang it, now I want that. Why would you do that to me? What else do we have, please? We have conversation. So just asking innocent questions, nothing to see here, but also, do you know why that person's heart was broken? Do you know what I could use against them? Yeah, so this is a new person to the group, and your intuition's telling you, you can't be trusted. Nope, I'm not going to tell you the secrets. I'm not going to, pretend you're one of the friends or one of the group. You just happen to be in the same space, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to, be excited about it. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's good to be polite. It's good to be respectful. It's good to be welcoming. Some people are new to town and they deserve to be a part of a friend group. This person doesn't, because they feel like their friends are people that they should be able to manipulate. So we have doctor and enemy. Yeah. Some people really do have great intentions when they offer to be a shoulder for you to cry on, right? Or offer to be a friend that you can vent to. This is someone who's like, I'm going to take notes, I'm going to keep track of everything you said, and I'm going to use it against you. Hello, Carol. How are you doing today? Hold on. I get the job I applied for? And soon. Thank you, Carol. I have that added, and it won't be too long of a wait since we're already after the 30-minute mark. Just a couple minutes. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Happy Valentine's Day to you, too. What else do we have? Journey and Priest. Mm-hmm. The Priest is the Queen of Swords. This is someone who's like, and why would you need that information? Trust your intuition. You know, there are some great people out there. There are some good friends that you can have. There's some people that deserve to be in your inner circle. But I feel like your Queen of Swords here, whether that's you or your friend, bravo, because you saw that telling this person information was a waste of your time. They don't need access to that information, and you probably don't need to be friends with them. I mean, why would you want to be consistently like wondering if this person's going to be airing your dirty laundry? It's not very cool. Hello, Christina. Happy Valentine's Day. Hello, Erin. Hello. I'm going to try this. Karupathy? Did I say it right? Did I mess it up? I'm sorry if I messed it up. I tried. All right, so for Carol, we've got, will I get the job that I applied for? We have the Four of Wands in the reverse. This is saying no. What is the obstacle? Six of Swords in the reverse. This is saying there's like a lot of, this is like there's a drought. Like nobody's getting contracts right now. They're not hiring, or there's like a hiring freeze, right? Two of Cups in the reverse would refer to like a contract between two people. It doesn't always have to be romantic, right? I feel like right now is not good for that industry or that company. Queen of Cups. King of Cups in the reverse. It's like I still want to get people to apply so that when we are able to hire people, we have that on hand. But I feel like there's this freeze, or like we can't do anything. Maybe it's just a bunch of people who have to approve, so it takes forever. But is there something else here that Carol will be able to land? Knight of Cups in the reverse, Eight of Wands in the reverse. I feel like you're looking in the wrong haystack for the needle. Page of Swords. You're going to hear news in the next couple of days, or someone's going to give you a heads up that there is a company that is maybe a competitor here. But this is someone who's looking for talent like yours, but you may not have, you wouldn't have stumbled upon it, right? Why the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse? Oh, if you don't take action on this job that seems a little bit like outside of what you normally would have applied for, it's like a window of opportunity that closes very quickly. But I feel like this would be a good option for you. So don't be so focused on what you think makes logical sense as far as that next step. There's something else here that is actually much more likely to happen for you. And I feel like you're going to hear about it in the next couple of days. So act quickly on that. Put your name in the hat. Make sure you feel good about how your resume looks, or tweak it to be appropriate for that particular listing. But I feel like this is a better thing to go for, because there's something very slow moving, or like we can't do anything right now about that one that you asked about. Thank you, Nat Nat. Would you like a love reading? Or are you just being super sweet? I'm gonna go with, I haven't used these in a while. What is this? Universe Cat. Oh, you're welcome, Carol, and good luck for you, or to you. It's an interesting time of year, but it definitely feel like people are starting to open up their hiring again. Hello, Cara. How are you doing? Yes, thank you for hyping my videos. So, I don't know if I'm saying this right. Karupathy? I'm probably saying it right. Will you get love or arranged marriage? Maybe both. Seven of Pentacles, the Sun, Temperance. I don't know. I feel like this is actually, is this saying that the arranged marriage may be like a really good match? I feel like there's a chance here that you're going to have, you know, someone who chooses for you or influences your choice, and they actually kind of know what they're talking about. I feel like this goes pretty well for you. I feel like you fall in love with this person. So, yeah, be open-minded to that. Oh, that's so many, Carol. Hello, James. How are you doing? I hope we're having a good day. All right. Hey, WJ, how we doing? Happy Hallmark Day, LOL. I hope you are enjoying your weekend. Let's see. I'm looking for a freebie, y'all. Should we see if I'm gonna go to Burger King after this for a chicken sandwich? No, probably not. Aaron, do you have a question? You have pizza today, James? Okay, let me judge you on what you put on your pizza. What are the ingredients that you get on your pizza? My favorite is probably ham and mushroom or pepperoni and green olive. Judge me. I don't care for pineapple on pizza. I like pineapple, but not on pizza. Buy raffle tickets. All right. I don't know, you guys. Should I just let you go about your Valentine's Day? Ooh. Hello, Chris. Why did Cupid get fired? He kept missing the point. Oh, well, thank you for the tip, but let's see what we've got. So for Chris, why did Cupid get fired? We have the Six of Wands in the reverse, which is failure, and the Father of Cups or the King of Cups in the reverse. The Nine of Wands in the reverse and the Chariot. This is like leaving before the job is done, not necessarily making sure that things are actually copacetic or everything is set. Okay, so what can Chris do to make up for the fact that Cupid has abandoned his post? We've got Wheel of Fortune, Strength. Make sure you have positive thoughts regarding this. If you expect things to always end poorly or to not be true love or someone that you can actually, trust and respect, then it may impact the actual outcome, even though it could be someone who really does want to be good to you. But with the Wheel of Fortune, Strength, and High Priestess, I feel like things are about to change for you. You do have some ability here to manifest in happiness, so do not underestimate your own power. With the High Priestess, I do feel like you're going to feel some sense of, like, I recognize this person. They may look like someone that you've already known before, or I'm kind of picking up on what you imagined someone would look like in a book. That's interesting. One of those things. But the face, I feel like you're like, okay, this is someone special, so I need to like figure out what's going on here. Hello, Helga. How are you doing? Hello, Joker. Hello, is it Sibu? How are you doing? Happy Valentine's Day. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you everyone for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping, and I will see you on